Well, today it's not only about cooking. I have invested in an induction wok burner, as you can see here. Beautiful machine, and I wanted to test if it was worth the hype. There is no sponsorship here. I bought it with my own hard-earned money, so I'm completely unbiased. But I have a Hot Wok Europe gas burner, which is a 12 kilowatt gas burner, was supposed to be fantastic. Meh. I'm not particular. No, but it's very difficult to regulate and this, that, and the other. So I'm not particularly happy with that one. And then I have a non-stick wok that goes on my regular induction burner, but it doesn't get warm enough. So I thought, okay, I saw this one. It's beautiful, you know, with a curve here, and it fits perfectly with my big wok.
Yeah, more equipment.
So I'm gonna test it out today. And what better way to test a wok burner? I mean, I will be completely honest in my review of this thing. And by the way, I bought it from a professional restaurant supplier here in Greece, and it's the brand Hendy. I don't know what it is, but it's supposedly good, not frightfully expensive. What was it? 300 euros, 350 bucks, something like that. But as said, how shall we test it? We're gonna do a beef stir fry. That's the best thing I know to make in a wok. So, skirt steak. Black Angus, nice fat marbling. There runs, as you can see here, I'll show you, a couple of veins of fat down here. I'll cut them out as I carve them because you cannot really trim that off. But for stir fry, we want to go initially with the grain. So we get, let's say, some nice size pieces like this. So sort of with the grain, a little bit on an angle because I want them to have a nice size. We put these a little bit aside, and then we're going to slice it against the grain, but at an angle. So we get some nice thin slices like this. That works super well in a stir fry. I have to be absolutely honest here in full transparency. I have tried it with egg fried rice. Works very nice, but a beef stir fry requires a bit more heat, and so that's the real test we're going to give it now. So I'm going to cut all these up. And there we have all of it in a nice bowl. This is going to be really beautiful. An excellent cut of skirt steak, this one. But now we're going to velvet this. And this is a step that you cannot skip this, because that is such a big part of making the beef really tender. We are going in with 1.5 to 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. I'm using tapioca here, which is actually better in my opinion, especially when it comes to thickening sauce. And here's the trick: sodium bicarbonate or baking soda. A teaspoon of that. That is what goes in and changes the pH value, and that makes the beef tender. It neutralizes the proteins, whatever it does. A little bit of soy sauce, maybe 2 tablespoons, and a splash of Shaoxing cooking wine. Not a lot. I don't know, a little bit. It doesn't.
3 tablespoons.
Yeah, 2-3 tablespoons. Glove, and then
ready to dive.
And then we're just gonna give this a really thorough and nice massage so everything is nice and coated. And that's about it. And now we're gonna cover this with some cling film, and we're gonna leave it in the fridge for at least an hour. If you're so inclined, you can make it the evening before and leave it overnight. It just gets better, but at minimum an hour. An hour and a half has passed. The beef is ready, and we have everything else ready here. I didn't want to bore you with cutting onion, but we have everything mise en place, as it's called. The only thing missing is our sauce. And for our sauce, I'm going with a cup of homemade beef stock. You could go less, but we like to have some sauce even in our stir fries. 5, maybe 6 tablespoons of soy. Go straight in. And then we're going to go in with a splash again of our Shaoxing cooking wine. If you don't have Shaoxing cooking wine, use a dry sherry or something like that. And that's about it for this. Many recipes calls for a bit of sugar in this, but I don't like it. I don't want it to be sweet. So we just give this a mix. And then we have the base of our sauce ready. I have a little bit of tapioca starch in case I need to thicken it, but we'll see when we get there. Ooh, I forgot one thing.
What?
Oyster sauce. Because I have no salt in this, so we're
Put
going
a
to give
little
it...
bit because that's
Yeah,
way
yeah.
too salty.
I'm going to give it like...
Actually, I don't understand why they put so much salt in the oyster sauce.
no, but it's good flavor, so a tablespoon of oyster sauce. Good, I remember that. That's necessary because
wouldn't
that is
miss
our
it.
salt. That's our salt. So. But
So you're not going to add any extra salt. That's it.
no, there is no
Okay.
salt.
Okay.
The rice cooker is making jasmine rice, and there is no salt in the rice either. So now it's all about testing our beast here. So let's get that in the middle. Let's fire her up and see where we go. It's 3,500 watt, 3.5 kilowatt, but I'm thinking 2.7, something like that. Neutral oil, high smoke point. Wow, it's already smoking.
Wow.
I literally started that 3 seconds ago. This is gonna be good. So, that's warming up. My little spatula spoon here. And then we're gonna go in with the beef in batches because I don't want it to overcrowd here. Wow.
It's a fast machine.
How fast did that go? I mean, that's what you want from a stir fry. So far, this is gonna be good. Actually,
So what is the temperature it can reach actually?
The specification says 450 degrees Celsius, so
okay.
but this is going really nice. See, that's what you want from a good wok burner. And we definitely don't want to overcook this. We just want it to get nice and tender because it goes back in the sauce in a bit. Oh, this is looking really good. That's it for the first batch. I don't know if you can see, but we got some nice browning on the edges.
That looks really good.
Perfect.
And I can verify it smells really nice here.
That's really good. All the meat is out prematurely. I just have to take a little taste of this just to see how it is.
You're cheating. Good?
Wok high. That thing, I'm already loving it. This is a beast. And we're making a big portion here, so we really can test it, that it has the power to warm a lot of food. So let me take this to a little bit lower. We don't want it that warm now, because now we're going to go in with our onion, 2 onions, white onions, cut julienne. Perfectly nice. And that goes also real quick here. So we are not going to waste any time. Citron peppercorn, 2 tablespoons in the spice grinder. I want them to roast a little bit. A big knob of ginger that has been chopped into small, let's say small dice. In that goes. And then we have some florets of broccoli and some red pepper. Everything goes straight in. And then it's just a matter of frying around here. And it can take it. Look, incredible that you can do that much in one go. I mean, normally when you see stir fries, you have a small portion for 2. This is gonna be absolutely good. And this, you don't want it to get soft. You want it char on the outside, and so it's still crunchy on the inside. A little bit more oil. Nice. Make a little bit of room in the middle here for our garlic. 3 cloves of garlic. Ooh, the ginger smells nice. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The florets of broccoli just turned dark green, so they are about ready. And we don't want to take this any further because we want to have crunch in our veggies. So sauce time around the edges. Crank it up.
When are we gonna introduce the meat?
We're going to introduce that just in a sec, but because I made more sauce than you normally would because we like it saucy, I'm going to thicken that up a little bit with my tapioca starch. There we go, bloop, in with that. And just give it a quick stir around here. And we get a nice, thick, beautiful, but look how that thing is bubbling away. I mean, this is amazing. I should have bought this years ago. Perfection. In with our meat and the juices from the bowl. Everything goes in. And now we just want to get everything coated and the meat heated up a little bit because everything is cooked.
Delicious smell.
Oh man, that smells good.
Yeah.
See, normally I would do half a portion, but as I said, I want to take this and test it to the limits, and it can do it. I mean, you can make a big portion here with no problem. It has super good power.
I can hear it sizzling.
Oh yes, but that's what you need. And the things are still crunchy, the veggies are good.
It's gonna be some good eating.
That's it. There we are. Up with the ring, over with the wok, ready to plate up. So see you in a sec. Here we are, moment of truth. Is this worth it to buy yourself an induction wok burner if you like stir fries? Well, it's all a matter of taste, so let's try the beef. A little bit of sesame seeds on top. Looks fantastic.
What's the verdict?
I will have to try the veggies also. Perfect. Because you get that wok high, as it's called, the breath of wok, because the meat has a little bit of that crunch on the edges because it's so hot. That is a fantastic investment. It is the best 300 euros I have spent in a long, long, long time. So highly recommended, and again, not sponsored. Get one of those if you like stir fries because it will kick anything you can get from Panda Express.